Hey everyone, it's Stephanie 1111 Witchy Babe, and I am back with fire signs reading for the month of July. So welcome back all of my subscribers. Thank you all so much for being here. Welcome if you are new. So I'm doing things a little bit different. If you haven't caught the other videos, you'll notice I'm not doing the individual signs because I am changing some things up on my channel a bit, and so you'll be seeing things shift. And like I told the other channels, that's something if you stick with me, you will always see, because I'm always shifting, I'm always changing. I like to try different things out just to see the response and to see how much I like it, because I have a lot of Gemini in my chart, and so that's just kind of how I am. So bear with me, I guess. Anyway, we are going to be looking at the individual signs, though. We're just not going to be going as in depth as normal. So you can check out the description box or the pinned comment for your specific sign, and you can click over to that reading now if you would like. As a reminder, as always, this is a general energy reading, so please only take the information that resonates, and please leave behind anything else that doesn't, anything that makes you anxious or nervous or upset. I'm not here to do that for you today. So just leave it behind if it doesn't seem like it's for you. And if you would like to book a personalized reading with me, you can do that at my website, 1111witchybabe.com. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to start off with Aries. I'm going to be taking a look at what's going to be going on for you all this month of July. So what is the main energy? Okay, so we have Child coming out. Determination to remain young in body, spirit, and mind and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. Okay, so really light energy for this month for Aries energy. That is fantastic. Let me get some more cards. Some of you might be having, like spending more time with your children if you're a parent this month, or some of you might be having like a special connection, special bonding with your children or with a child. It could also be like siblings, children that you take care of. And some of you are going to be really focused in on your physical health this month. And not necessarily like if you have health problems, but taking care of your body, exercising, maybe changing your diet, maybe adding in a new skincare routine. Okay. So we have the 9th house coming out. Okay. So the 9th house is all about spiritual matters. It's going to be also hold religion, travel, studying, higher education. I think for some of you, you really are going to be super focused in, and it makes sense because we have Mars is transited into Aries. You're going to be really focused in on your long-term physical health and your goals and what you are doing there. So you might be picking up a new exercise routine or diet plan. I feel more of this is like a physical thing, so exercise. 7, the Chariot. Yeah. You're really motivated, really motivated this month to get things going, to get things moving. You're also really focused in on what your life is going to look like in the far future. And you're looking at it from a new perspective. It's like doors have opened up for you. You're now you're no longer restricted. I think before, the way you were going about life and what you were capable of and what you're capable of having was very restricted and limited to what you'd already experienced and what those had experienced around you. And I feel like now you've had some sort of breakthrough through what I'm going to note is a lot of darkness is what I see. You've had some sort of breakthrough where it's like now you realize that you have a lot more opportunities than you ever thought you did, and that these borders and these boundaries were just things that you created in your mind and things that were put there by society, but they aren't actually what your reality could be. And so it's like you're seeing life again as having opportunities, different things to pursue. And so it's like you're just charging after that. You're just going forward and seeing kind of what happens. So this is like a huge energetic shift. I think this Mars transiting into Aries, although it can create some it can create some anger issues. You know, this is why you'll see more and more videos popping up of people popping off and being absolutely horrific, and just kind of horrible people more and more and more as we're going through this transit, because people are just, you know, if they don't know what, if they're not very awake, if they're dealing with a lot of shadow work, if they're, you know, really tapped into the 3D matrix nonsense, they're going to be ready to go. You know, this energy is going to really impact them and they're going to be ready to fight. But for you all, it seems like you guys are, you know, doing your thing. You're working on yourself. You're working on your spiritual growth. And this is just motivating you. It's working in a totally different way. And then we have the Hermit, which is going internal for this information, you know, seeking this light within. And I really feel like you have just a whole other kind of view of life. Maybe some of you have gone through the dark night of the soul over this last year. You've had these really big spiritual moments that have really shaken you and changed your perception of life. And now it's like, well, what else is there? So I feel like you're just coming into this reconnection with yourself in a very strong way. Very powerful way, I should say. Okay. Aries energy, the month of July. Aries energy, the month of July. Ooh, what is this? The Ace of Pentacles. Nice. And so one thing that I do feel like is really going to be going well for you guys based on your transits is you guys have a lot of 10th house stuff happening this year. And I feel like you all are having this big shift in your career. I think a lot of you have lost opportunities, or you feel like you lost opportunities in the past, especially over the last couple years. And things are starting to turn around in regards to your career. So very, very positive. You could be having an opportunity that comes in after this kind of introspective work, after getting this motivation to get going forward. And with the Ace of Pentacles, it's an opportunity that as long as you work at it, as long as you continue to, you know, do what needs to be done, this is something that will be prosperous in the long run. It's something that takes time. You know, it's a seed that's being planted. It's going to take some time to grow, but it's going to grow as long as you water it. Okay, so let's take a look at some advice for you. What's advice for Aries energy for the month of July? So we have, it's funny, you guys might want to listen to, because I shuffled, you might want to listen to the reading for water signs, if you're dealing with a water sign, particularly a Pisces. So you might want to listen to that reading, because this is some similar cards are coming out. Okay. Advice. The Sun reversed. Okay. So your advice is that one thing, you're going to want to watch your ego this month, and you watch your, I'm hearing like your anger, especially if your Mars is also in Aries, like definitely watch it. But you know, you have Mars transiting over your Sun if you're an Aries Sun, so you definitely could get a little hyped up. Watch it, okay? Because any lashing out in anger, which I've been warning you guys for a bit now, is going to result in something negative for you. It's going to delay your growth and your progress. So please, please, please watch it. Just walk away. If you get mad about something and it's not something that you have to stand up for yourself for, or you have to engage, walk away. I would really recommend for a lot of people listening, like, don't read the comment section. Don't read the Twitter. Like, stay off Twitter for a bit, or like just when it comes to online engagement, like anybody can say anything for any purpose that they want. They might not even believe what they're saying. They might just be trying to upset you. And it's like, why do that? Why allow them? So just try to stay away from it. So you don't either create a situation that's more problem than it was worth, or just put yourself in a bad space energetically. Like, people like to act like online interaction, it's just online, but it's not. It's not just online. You can impact somebody greatly with what you say to them online. And just because it's just a screen there doesn't mean that it's any less significant than if it was face-to-face. So don't put yourself in spaces where you're pissing yourself off on purpose, basically. The other thing is they want you to know long-term, and this isn't really about this month or anything, but this is long-term. when you're going after this Ace of Pentacles, this new thing this new idea, this new opportunity, or this new direction you're going with your career, things aren't going to be perfect. The road is not perfectly paved for you, unfortunately. There's going to be things that happen, but as long as you can not let your pride get to you and you don't let your ego get to you, you'll be able to overcome them. So any sadness that comes or disappointment that comes when it comes to your career is temporary, and you need to remember that. And stepping into the this lower energy of the Six of Wands, which is really based in ego and just not a very good vibe, is going to delay your progress. So the faster you can be like, all right, this is just a temporary setback, we still can accomplish what we're wanting, you're going to be fine. Okay, so that's going to be your reading for Aries placements. Let me know what's going on with you in the comment section. I love to hear from you all. I read all of your comments. And again, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do that at my website, 1111witchybabe.com. Okay, moving on. We are going to go on to Leo. Welcome, Leo energy. So we're going to be taking a look at what is going on with you guys this month. Let's get our card. Cards are heavy. Shuffle these up really quick. So it is your birthday month, heading into your birthday month. So happy birthday. Let me know what you guys are planning on for your birthday. What's going on? Are you excited? What are your plans for this, for your solar return for your next year? What are you going to be doing? Or what are you going to be focusing on? Okay. Let's see what's going on for Leo placements in the month of July. Main energy. Okay, so we have the hedonist coming out, and it's coming out in its reverse though. So that makes a lot of sense. Okay, guys, because you guys are heading into your season, and I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? I was hedonist reverse during my season, my Taurus season. So this is, this is feeling yourself a little too much. This is treating yourself a little too much, being too tapped into physical pleasures, spending money, maybe reconnecting with people that you shouldn't because they make you feel good type of energy. And that's kind of what your focus is going to be this month. So, but again, it's your season. It's going to be your guys' birthday. I'm not going to judge you. I'm never going to judge you, but I'm definitely not going to judge you when it's your season and you're wilding out a little bit. Okay, let's see what else is going on. Leo energy. So yes, the first house, it's all about you. It's all about you this month. You're going to be really focusing on yourself, what makes you feel good, what makes you happy, what you want to do. So that means you're going to probably get called out by the cards, right? That means you're going to get warnings. So just put that in your head now before I start. And don't get mad at me about it once it comes. All right, let's take a look at the cards now. What's going on for Leo energy this month? Yes, what did I say? Feeling yourself too much. Knight of Wands reverse. This call outs begin. All right. You guys know what I call this card, right? This is the fuckboy card. This is the fuck girl card. This is the letting your body parts below your pants control what you're doing. And that's what you're doing this month. So I feel like a lot of you are reconnecting with people that you shouldn't be. Maybe you're reconnecting with another fire sign, another Aries, Sag, Leo. But I think a lot of you, though, at the same time, are just feeling really good and you're wanting to get attention. And so that's what you're doing. And I believe you're getting a lot of it. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay. I'm just going to get one more card here. And the High Priestess. Okay, so... okay. I have two different things to say here. One of them is regarding you dealing with somebody that embodies more of this Knight of Wands energy. I do feel like you're picking up on that as well, but I feel like this person's coming into this reading now. So you could be, again, another fire sign, or it could be somebody that it has a lot of like fire in their chart, or just seems to have that energy to them. This person also could be younger than you, or they could just be more immature than you, and they are somebody that just has a lot of passion, but they don't have a lot of direction with that passion. Now, this person, if you don't really, if you're kind of like, no, I'm beyond that, I don't really want to get into that energy, you're being reminded of that now. Because I feel like that's going to shift, where you're going to be like, you know what? I want to get back on my bullshit. So you're being reminded that you don't want to be like that at this time, and that you don't want to engage that this month. Even though it's your birthday month, even though it's a treat yourself month, even though like we have all that energy going on and it's going to be a lot of attention on you and all that, you're wanting to be more in a self-love state. You're wanting to be in, honoring yourself. You're wanting to be on that queen status, on that king status, and you are wanting to be matched with somebody that's on your level. And these two cards are on totally different levels when it comes to energy. And so it's kind of like, do you really want to go into this? Now, I always tell my viewers, you can make whatever decision you're going to make because you have free will, but you should always go into your decisions knowing like why you're doing it and understanding what you're dealing with, so you can know what expectations that you might be able to have. And with this person, if this is somebody new, if this is somebody old, an ex or something, you're still dealing with somebody that has this lower vibration of where they're just kind of thinking with what's between their legs. So you need to know who you're dealing with before you deal with them. And if you're just looking for a good time this month, then by all means go ahead if you can do so in a safe way. But if you're not, if you know you're not, if you know this is going to bother you, if you know this is going to bring you back into an energy that you don't want to be in, then remind yourself of that. Remind yourself of what your goals are and where you're wanting to go, what you're trying to create, what abundance you're trying to bring into this world, and focus that fire and that passion on that instead, because you can transmute this energy. You don't have to use it in the way that you're feeling like you want to use it. And these are all things that you know, and these are all things that you will continue to know, and they will continue to pop up in your head anytime you start to think, let me go act a certain way, let me go do a certain thing. You're going to have that high priestess energy, which is like, remember. Okay, so do what you're going to do, but always know what you're dealing with before you go into it, and don't hold any expectations that will not be met. All right, let's see what else. Yeah, we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. It's like, if you are reconnecting with this Knight of Wands energy and you're hoping that, like, even though it might not be the healthiest way to reconnect, it still kind of has, it allows you to have a space where maybe something can come from that. No, it's not. If you want to get involved with this person, you're going to do so based on you're just having fun with them and it's not going anywhere. That's what you have to realize. You have to understand that. This situation with this individual at this time is not going anywhere. The Seven of Pentacles reversed is the energy of something not going anywhere, of putting a lot of work into it and it not being successful. So they haven't changed, or they're not. They're exactly what you think they are. If it's somebody new, you're going to have that intuitive knowing of like, oh, this person is on some bullshit. Yes, they are. And if you're okay and safe, then have fun. But if not, then just put that energy and transmute it into other goals that you have for yourself, or just pamper the hell out of yourself. The Queen of Pentacles energy is like super like, I'm gonna just pamper myself. I'm gonna buy myself a bunch of stuff that, as long as you can afford it, I'm gonna buy myself all these things that I want. I'm gonna get all these nice things. I'm gonna go have a nice meal. I'm going to like whatever, like make my environment the way I want it to be. So doing those type of things for yourself, and if you don't want to engage in this energy with another person. So let me get some, I feel like getting one more card for some advice. Ace of Swords. Yes, be honest. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with whoever you're dealing with. You know, you don't want to lie to this person either. But mainly be honest with yourself about the situations and anything that you face, okay? So that's going to be your reading for Leo placements. Again, I hope you have a fantastic season. You have a fantastic month, fantastic birthday. And I will see you all next time. All right, we are going to now take a look at Sagittarius. So welcome, Sagittarius. We're going to take a look and see what your energy is for this month of July. Just going to shuffle the cards really quickly. What is going on for Sagittarius energy for July? Okay, we have Goddess coming out, but it is coming out in its shadow attribute. So this is exploitation of the female nature and form. Okay. Well, we're going to definitely get some clarification there. Uh-oh. Dropping cards. Okay. What's going on with Sagittarius energy this month? So we have the 4th house. Okay, I see. Oh, I just got some heavy energy that just kind of came down on me. So I'll just go ahead and put this warning out here. I think this definitely could be a reading that's a little bit heavier, not like light and happy and, you know, fun things. So just to put that out there, if you're not wanting to hear something that is heavier, then you want to click out of this reading. And I don't know how to really define it yet because I don't know what I'm dealing with. I could just tell by how I feel. So I feel like some of you, I'm getting a lot of different imagery here and a lot of different options of how this can play out. Some of you are realizing some things this month about yourself, about your past, about your community and how you grew up, your family, those around you, and you're seeing a lot of kind of toxicity that you were around, and you're seeing a lot of mindsets that were kind of implanted in you or formed in you based on these toxic environments and toxic situations that you saw as normal, because that's what it was normal to you. And I feel like it's like kind of a big shakeup of your morals and of your like how you see yourself and how you see your life and your future and how you see your community and your world and your family is like really all just being kind of shaken up. And we are in Cancer season still. We will be heading into Leo season, but we are still in Cancer season. So this is something that might be happening in the first half of the month for you. And you might have been going through this during Cancer season because Cancer is the ruler of the 4th house. And it is that home, that roots energy. I also feel like some of you are, and I would like to just put a little bit of a asterisk right here. What I'm about to say, there again is no judgment, but I have to say certain things whenever I get the messages because there's somebody that needs to hear them. So I don't have any judgment for what anybody chooses to do, as long as everybody is a legal consenting adult. I don't have any judgment against anything I'm about to say. Okay, so I feel like some of you are having some realizations that some of the way that you would express yourself or the way that you treated feminine energy in your life was very disrespectful, and it was not what you wanted. It was not actually making you feel empowered. You know, it didn't make you feel good, or, you know, you're realizing if you've been doing this to other feminine energy, you're realizing that you were trying to degrade them to build yourself up, and you're having this big like, wow, that was really bad and that was really wrong of me, or I shouldn't have, you know, in regards to if this is more about you and how you used to act, and now you're looking back and seeing that, you know, that wasn't empowering to me. I actually didn't want to do these things. I didn't feel very safe doing them, or I was doing them for X, Y, and Z reason, and I don't, you know, I wish I hadn't. Like, you're having these realizations of some root issues to things. So it all depends on what that root is for you. Again, some of this might be people that are finding that they were maybe hypersexual in the past due to trauma or abuse, or to their own, using that as a way to feel better, but realizing that it was actually hurting them. And then others are finding that they were treating feminine energy in negative ways because of their own issues or their own, what they learned as children, or whatever it is for them. Okay, so I hope that made sense. I'm just trying to be very careful with how I word this, because I don't want to trigger anybody or make them feel worse, or make them, I especially don't, if you're listening to this and you're not resonating with it, I don't want you to feel like I'm attacking anyone's decision on how they use their body or what they do and how they enjoy themselves or whatever. But there are some people that find later on that they did things that they wish they didn't because they were seeking something else, and that's how they were trying to get what they were seeking. And so that's kind of what I see here. And obviously it's never okay to hurt people or to try to push them down to make yourself feel better. So that's something but it's something that I think every single person has done it to a degree in some topic of their life. None of us are perfect, and we all are products of our environment until we retrain and we learn how to be better. So if you're having any issues where you're beating yourself up with how you used to be and things you used to say or feel or do, then you have to realize that every single human being on this planet has something that they are ashamed of a thought they had, or a belief, or an action. And it's not about being perfect and being able to control how you were in the past, but it's about taking ownership for what you did and anyone you hurt, and then moving forward and working your best and hardest to never repeat that and never hurt people in that way again, and working your best to not hurt people at all, and so that's kind of what I see there. So this is a really progressive month for Sagittarius energy. I just heard it's just you guys are kind of starting this off. I feel like every sign is going to go through this energy of this real kind of deep dive into themselves, and where they needed to work on, what roots needed to be worked on, and going from there. So, okay, let's keep going. Yeah, oh my goodness. Okay, so we have Gemini. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about... Are you guys dealing with a Gemini? Or you have Gemini in your chart? I was thinking about what Gemini risings just went through last month with how the eclipses were hitting us in our charts, and we were going through a lot of this similar energy of having these like kind of big realizations of our roots and our shadow aspects and things of that nature. Everybody was, but just in particular Gemini rising. So that's why I said Gemini. Anyway, carrying on. You guys have a lot of stuff that you've been carrying around for a long time. And it's just like, I feel like all of this is just kind of coming up to the surface and going to be coming out. So that can be really emotional. This also could be making you want to kind of fall back into some habits that you've been trying to walk away from. So this is really when the 10 of Wands shows up with such heavy energy. It's a big call for you to seek out help, to seek out somebody to talk to be able to give your burden up a bit and not carry everything around with you, because you don't have to when the 10 of Wands is present. You don't have to go it alone. There are people that can help you. There's people that are going to be put in your path that can help you as long as you are open to receiving it. So, if you can talk to somebody that you trust, because I know whatever this is definitely going to be personal, and it's not something you're going to want to talk to just anybody about. But if you can talk to somebody that you trust, and just kind of get some of this out, and I feel like you just need to talk it out so you can understand yourself better. I was just saying this in another reading. I can't remember now. I think it was in the water signs reading, that I'm a big advocate for either like journaling. I personally don't journal because I don't like writing that much, but journaling, if that's your thing, or what I do is I do a voice journal, quote unquote. But if I have like a thing where I'm having a lot of emotions or a lot of running thoughts, I will just I'll put on a voice note and record myself just talking and talk, and then I can go back and listen, and it's like, it helps me shift my perception. It helps me understand myself better. understand what I'm like going through a little bit easier, because you know, it gets confusing at times, right? And so that's what I feel like something that might be helpful for you as well. But really talking to somebody else about what's going on is gonna be helpful. I think you feel very maybe alone, and you're not. Okay. So, and then we have the Queen of Wands, which is nice. Okay, so one thing is, this person that might be coming in to help you might be a feminine energy. They could be older than you, or they could just be a bit more mature than you, but they're very confident about themselves, and they're you know, they know themselves. I feel like this is somebody that's older than you, and that maybe has kind of been through some of the situations you've been through, and they have that life experience, and they have that kind of higher perspective that you don't have yet, where it's like, things are going to be okay. It's okay. You're normal. Like, you can grow, you can make mistakes, and you can still grow. They're coming in to help you. So it's kind of like this big sister, big brother energy. Just coming in to let you know that you're not alone, and you're going to be fine. Okay, let's get some advice. Advice for Sagittarius energy, the month of July. 3 of Cups. 6 of Swords. Okay, one more card. 2 of Swords. Oops, sorry. 2 of Swords reversed. Okay. So what I see here is that, you know, this is a heavy energy month. There's a lot of kind of emotions and stuff that you're going to be dealing with, shadow aspects. So when you're feeling like it, just enjoy the small things. Like, the 3 of Cups is a very celebratory energy of like hanging out with your friends and stuff like that. And while I don't know what's exactly going on with you with, you know, the virus right now and quarantines and all that, if you can just tap back into the things that you enjoy and the things that you love, it's going to definitely help you with managing this energy this month. And I also feel like there is this part of you that you are trying to get away from. You're trying to, you know, leave it for good. And if that's what you want, then you can do it. You just have to accept the uncomfortable feelings without needing that escape of falling back into that energy to get away from them. And I promise you, if you just sit with them, it will go away, and you will have these realizations. Like I said, it was reminding me so much of the Gemini energy, because that's what I was going through last month, was this just a lot of heavy stuff. And it's really hard to not fall into the, well, let me just go just because I know I'll get distracted and I'll feel better. But it's worth it. I promise you. Okay. And the other thing is that I feel like some of you feel like you have a decision to make, and you don't need to make it right now. You really don't. I don't think it would be a good time to make this decision. You just need to focus in on making yourself, you know, bringing up your spirits a bit and stepping away from the energy that you don't want to be in anymore. But don't worry about making any decisions at this time. You'll have the clarity and understanding of what to do going forward. Once you're in a better space energetically. Okay, so that's going to be your reading. Let me know what you think. Let me know what's going on in your life. I know this wasn't a super positive one, so I am sorry, but we all have cycles. You know, let's see who got the best reading this month. I think it was, it's stuck between Aquarius and Taurus. But I promise you, they'll be down at the bottom having a crappy reading here in a couple months, because we all cycle through these highs and these lows in life, and that's the way things work. Life is a one big cycle. So I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as you can for something not positive. And let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you all next time. Have a fantastic day whenever you're watching this.